Imagine a philosophy that empowers you to take control of your life and find peace within yourself. Welcome to the world of Stoicism, a time-tested philosophy that originated from the ancient Greeks and has been the cornerstone of personal development and virtue for countless individuals throughout history. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control and to accept what we cannot, fostering resilience and tranquility within us. In today's chaotic world, where we are perpetually bombarded with external stresses and distractions, the allure of Stoicism is more relevant than ever. It offers us a pathway to a more balanced life, a life where our happiness is not dictated by external circumstances, but is instead rooted in our own actions and attitudes. And remember, embracing Stoicism isn't just about what we do, but also about what we consciously avoid. But to truly understand Stoicism, we must first understand what a Stoic avoids. Stoics consciously avoid certain toxic behaviors in their daily lives. The philosophy of Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner tranquility and virtue, prompts individuals to shun certain behaviors that can be toxic to one's peace and personal growth. Firstly, Stoics steer clear of emotional reactivity. The Stoic sages understood that life is riddled with situations that can stir our emotions. However, they believed in maintaining a calm, steady demeanor, regardless of the circumstance. They knew that reacting emotionally often leads to irrational decisions and unnecessary stress. Instead, they encourage thoughtful response over knee-jerk reactions. The second toxic behavior Stoics avoid is the pursuit of external validation. In this age of social media, it's easy to get caught up in the chase for likes, shares, and comments. But Stoics knew that true validation comes from within, not from the fleeting approval of others. They recognized that relying on external validation is a shaky foundation for self-worth. Instead, they focused on cultivating virtue and self-respect. The third toxic behavior is negative thinking. Stoics actively avoid falling into patterns of pessimism and negative self-talk. They understood that our thoughts shape our realities. As such, they chose to focus on what they could control and let go of what they couldn't. They practiced seeing the world objectively, without the cloud of negativity. Lastly, Stoics shunned the habit of complaining. They understood that complaining about circumstances does not change them. Instead, it drains energy and fosters a negative outlook. They believed in taking action to improve situations or accepting them if they are beyond control. These behaviors, though common, can hinder our personal development and well-being. By understanding and avoiding these toxic behaviors, we can better align ourselves with the principles of Stoicism, fostering a more peaceful and fulfilling existence. Adopting Stoic principles is not a walk in the park. It's a path strewn with challenges, temptations, and obstacles. It is, at its core, a journey of self-improvement and personal development, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. One of the major challenges faced by individuals trying to adopt Stoicism is the allure of quick fixes. In a world that's always in a hurry, where instant gratification is the norm, the Stoic philosophy of patience and endurance can seem like a hard pill to swallow. The idea of putting in the time and effort, of battling with adversity, of enduring discomfort for a greater good, can feel daunting and even off-putting. Then, there's the pressure of societal norms. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions and reactions and not to be swayed by the opinion of others. But this can be incredibly challenging, especially in a society that often values conformity over individuality, and where our worth is often measured by how well we fit into predetermined molds. Another significant hurdle is self-discipline. Stoicism is not just about understanding philosophical principles, it's about living them. This requires a high level of self-discipline and self-control. It means being able to resist temptations, to choose the harder right over the easier wrong, to consistently strive for virtue and integrity, even when no one is watching. These challenges may seem formidable, but it's important to remember that they are not unique to Stoicism. Any path that leads to personal growth and self-improvement will have its own set of challenges and obstacles. And just like any journey, the key is not to be discouraged by the difficulties, but to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. So, yes, adopting Stoic principles is not a walk in the park. It's a climb up a steep mountain. But every step you take, every challenge you overcome brings you closer to the peak, to a more balanced, resilient, and fulfilled life. Yet these challenges are not insurmountable. So how do Stoics navigate away from these toxic behaviors? Well, Stoics employ a few key strategies to steer clear of toxicity. The first is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present and engaged in the moment. It's a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment, while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. By being mindful, Stoics are able to observe their thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing them to avoid reacting impulsively to negative situations. Next, Stoics cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that can significantly reduce feelings of envy, resentment, and other negative emotions that can lead to toxic behaviors. By focusing on what they are grateful for, Stoics are able to maintain a positive outlook on life, even in the face of adversity. Another key strategy Stoics use to navigate away from toxic behaviors is focusing on what's within their control. Stoics believe that we can't control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. This principle helps Stoics avoid feelings of helplessness and the toxic behaviors that can stem from such feelings. By focusing on their own actions and responses, Stoics can maintain their composure and avoid falling into negative patterns of behavior. Additionally, Stoics practice acceptance. Acceptance is not about being passive or resigning oneself to a miserable fate. Rather, it's about understanding that certain things are beyond our control and choosing not to let them disturb our peace of mind. This acceptance allows Stoics to let go of toxic feelings of resentment, anger, and regret. Lastly, Stoics value self-improvement. They believe in the power of personal growth and strive to be better today than they were yesterday. This commitment to self-improvement helps Stoics avoid stagnation and the toxic behaviors that can result from complacency. Navigating away from toxic behaviors is not an easy task, but with practice and persistence, it is achievable. The Stoic philosophy provides a roadmap to help us steer clear of these negative patterns of behavior and embrace a life of virtue, tranquility, and personal growth. Overcoming these toxic behaviors can significantly impact our well-being. The rewards of eliminating these toxic behaviors are immense. Let's delve into the treasure trove of benefits that embracing Stoicism can bring into our lives. The first of these is a profound increase in self-awareness. Stoics are not victims of their emotions, but masters of them. By consciously avoiding destructive patterns of thought and behavior, we become more in tune with our inner selves, better understanding our strengths, weaknesses, and true desires. Next, we see a marked improvement in our relationships. Stoicism teaches us to be more empathetic, patient, and understanding, qualities that build stronger, healthier connections with others. We learn to avoid reacting impulsively, instead responding to conflict with reason and calm. This shift in perspective can transform our interactions, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Then comes the gift of inner peace. Stoicism equips us with the tools to navigate life's storms without losing our equilibrium. It reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. This understanding brings a sense of serenity that is hard to describe, yet unmistakably powerful. But perhaps the most potent reward of Stoicism is the freedom it offers. Freedom from the chains of societal expectations, from the tyranny of our own negative thoughts, and from the fear of life's inevitable hardships. It's a liberation that allows us to live more authentically, more courageously, and more joyfully. These rewards are not just theoretical, but can be experienced in our daily lives. So, how can we integrate these Stoic lessons into our daily lives? Well, it's simpler than you might think, and it starts with the mind. One practical way is by starting each day with a Stoic quote. This can be a powerful reminder of the principles we're striving to live by. It's like a mental breakfast, nourishing our minds with wisdom to face the day's challenges with grace and resilience. Next, we can practice Stoic exercises. For instance, the practice of negative visualization, where we imagine losing the things we value, can help us appreciate what we have and reduce our fear of adversity. Or, There's the practice of voluntary discomfort, such as taking a cold shower or skipping a meal to train ourselves to be content with less and prepare for times of hardship. And lastly, reflection is key. At the end of each day, take a quiet moment to reflect on your actions. Were they in line with Stoic principles? Did you let external events disturb your inner peace? This self-awareness can help us identify areas for improvement and keep us on the Stoic path. Remember, Stoicism isn't about perfection, but progress. It's about striving to be better each day, to cultivate inner peace, and to live a life of virtue. By adopting these practices, we can start living a more Stoic life.